Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, dream makers of the sky and earth nations of the new Jerusalem. The energies are really off the charts today, just in time for tomorrow's new moon in Taurus and partial solar eclipse. We had a massive influx of fifth dimensional energetics flowing into this realm from on high. We had many pulses of white light coming in, appearing on the Schumann charts at amplitudes of 47 Hz, 51 Hz, 52 Hz, 60 Hz, 67 Hz, and a massive blast at 77 Hz. Gaia continues to get inundated with gamma plasma waves directly from Hunab-Ku, the great central sun, the galactic butterfly. Solaris also released multiple solar flares today, with several C-class and 2 M-class flares transmitting more of the new Earth codes directly into all starseeds stationed upon Mother Earth. These will activate more of the codes and keys within the DNA helixes to initiate more transformation sequences of light. Remember, judge not, yet ye be judged yourself. When we look outside ourselves with the eyes of judgment, that is directed within. We manifest on earth as it is in heaven, meaning what we hold within our heart and our mind becomes our experience in the external world. That is why I say the internal mirror the external, and the external mirrors the internal. But the journey all begins from within. The source of the path is the still white magnetic light at the center of all things. The London bridges are falling down, and the new rainbow bridges of divine connections are being raised in their place. As light keepers and world bridgers, we are anchoring in now the bright columns of multidimensional resonance for this harmonic convergence of all timelines, realms, and dimensions through our sacred heart space. We are lightning rods of electromagnetic frequency, grounding and anchoring our highest love and light into all portals all over Pachamama. In the realization of our Buddha nature, we step into our roles as teachers and guides of the way into the kingdom of heaven within. We lead by example, living from our hearts, being connected to all things. The divine covenant of the Christed ones has been initiated and is raising all consciousness into the harmonic resonance of 5D and beyond. Seventh dimensional energies are now flowing in smoothly and right on time for this great awakening and ascension process. As the vibration of Mother Earth is raised, we rise with her. Like the phoenix from the ashes, together we rise into the dawning of the new golden age of eternal life. Aho! Welcome, beloved beings of light. I am Paul, White Gold Eagle, from PrimeDisclosure.com. We have many powerful transmissions again for you today from our sacred New Earth scribes, so be sure to stick around to the very end, and please do us a favor, share this video with your teams and tribes all over this realm. Now let us continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now the moon is at 1 degree 8 minute Taurus. The sun is at 9 degrees 45 minutes Taurus. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 10 degrees Taurus, a Red Cross nurse. And the current Sabian symbol for the moon at 2 degrees Taurus, an electrical storm. From astrologyweekly.com. And now my sacred Condor pulls a card for you today from the Oracle deck, Sacred Rebels, from Alana Fairchild and Autumn Sky. And the card she pulled for you today, card 14, Going Beyond the Normal. On the path of life, there are deciding moments where we can choose to go with the mainstream, or we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic and trusting way, even if it seems riskier or less safe. To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysterious and magical as a recipe for an existence that is far too dry. The sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. You are currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is about balance. It is less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or architecture, and more about integrating all approaches so that you enhance rather than hinder your life journey. Placing science or architecture above all else kills off the rebellious heart. Steadfastly relying on logic, proof, and a complete set of plans to measure and dictate outcomes will suffocate the soul. Basing decisions on limited factors with an imbalanced measure of success is unnecessarily limiting. This approach prevents us from living freely, spontaneously, and with trust so that we can rebel against the need for things to go strictly according to plan. Choose to value decisions based on passion and instinct, and trust in life enough to embrace it as an adventure and let it unfold as it will. You are being asked to stay open to the intuitive approach in your life, your work, your creativity, as well as in your spiritual journey. The intuitive approach can be likened to the method of a gardener or an artist. There is no need to control the situation, but rather a desire to nurture an idea to fruition. This oracle brings you a special piece of guidance. You are moving outside of the plan. You are living on the border of what is socially accepted. This is good. This is fringe-dwelling freedom. Others might not see this about you straight away as you seem pretty normal, but that secret eccentric streak is just waiting to show itself. And maybe you're an out and proud fringe dweller, completely comfortable with this way of being. Either way, this oracle brings you the message that you now have a chance to live from the heart more deeply and expressively than ever before. It wants you to realize that this is a legitimate, empowered, and creative way to live that honors all of who you are. You can give up forcing or squashing yourself down into a very limited set of so-called desirable qualities like intellect and control. If you are yet to relate to this consciously, this oracle brings you the further message that you are going to be breaking with tradition, perhaps not entirely, but at least in a way that is meaningful to you. This will require you have courage in your convictions and faith in your heart truths. This will help you and inspire others around you to step out of fear and live more freely and lovingly. You are not necessarily meant to abandon logic and intellect altogether. You are to use them to serve the desires of the heart rather than to replace its natural, spontaneous, and truthful nature with controlled planning and narrowed strategy. It's time to get a bit wild and let nature take its course. Healing process. Say aloud, I now call on unconditional love and ask for the blessings of the heart to be witnessed and sanctioned by the great universal creator so that I may rise above small-mindedness and use the best of what human culture has to offer in service to love. Through my own free will, so be it. Visualize or imagine the feeling of being in a most gorgeous garden. It might be well manicured, a little bit wild, or a wildly overgrown jungle. Just notice it. Notice how all the plants work together and how it is supported by nature and the seasons. Notice that while some things thrive, others fall away, only to shift again with the seasons. There is such organizational genius. Say, may the wisdom and guiding hand of the great gardener who works with unconditional love nurture the garden of my soul into magnificence. I dare to live creatively from my heart and thrive. Finish your healing process by sitting quietly, dancing wildly, or doing a spot of gardening, whatever feels good. And from Divine Brothor of the Light, Ram Das, this love is actually part of you. It is always flowing through you. It's like the subatomic texture of the universe, the dark matter that connects everything. When you tune into that flow, you will feel it in your own heart, not your physical heart or your emotional heart, but your spiritual heart, the place you point to in your chest when you say, I am. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Amanda Lawrence. Started last night in the UK, but now on the 29th of April, incoming energies are extremely strong. Gentle, kind, and loving self-care as you go through this timeline. It will heighten even more in Hertz. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Grandma Chandra. You are building a new kingdom, God's kingdom on Gaia. Each of you is moving very quickly to get your part ready so that the entire creation of this kingdom will go along with Gaia's plan of living and co-creating in the fifth dimension. Each of you is playing a part. Some are building the windows, others are building the roof, others the furniture, the steps, the flowers. Each of you is very, very busy. Altogether, you are almost done. Whatever you are building is coming into multi-dimensional reality now. It has started to show up in various ways. You may start to experience being in this new multi-dimensional life more. You are building the life bigger and bigger and more present. Hugs and love to all of you, Grandma from GrandmaChandra.com, and from Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel. I woke up this morning with this profound message for humanity, as relayed to me via Lord Melchizedek and the High Order of Melchizedek, to which I belong. This is the freeing of humanity in the highest degrees. What has been before will be no more, and thus what has ever been will and is dissolving. It cannot hold form any longer. The work done by you has lifted immense clogging in the spine of the earth, where one of the vertebrae discs had slipped and now has been put into place again, and the spinal fluid now flows freely and effortlessly again. The souls have been released, also those of the half-man, half-beasts which were created, as well as the robots who turned against their own masters, and the woes of throes of war. This is now a deep and profound awakening of humanity and all that is, in the highest sense. With this work, the new earth is now merged with the old. With this merger, the old earth now totally disintegrates. All has now been lifted into the seventh dimensional state, where there is only unity, harmony, one. It is this unity, this oneness, which is now the key to all that is. It is the Alpha and the Omega, where all is balanced and all is one. Therefore multidimensional. Access to the cosmic whole, the intergalactic whole, the universal whole has been regained. The divine love is pouring into the higher heart center as the white flame, also called the pearlescent flame of resurrection, of purity, of the highest Christ consciousness, pours into all beings on earth, visible and invisible, all realms. All are freed, all are freed, all are freed. Many souls will not choose the freedom, but will choose to stay in bondage or fear. Their time is up, meaning they will choose to stay in the reality of their own making, and thus will live out this reality until the day they choose to step out of it, as they have free will and choice. Yet in truth there is no need to live out the old paradigm, the old fears. Once a soul has reunited with the core truth of the One, and experienced unity, and thus the sublime divinity within, they claim their own godhood, their own goddesshood, their own divinity with great love and devotion, and they live this. The crystalline body, the new Adam Kadman body, and fully is in place for those souls choosing the freedom, and indeed choosing their own multidimensionality, as one with the divine within and without, and indeed as one with all that is. This is the huge freeing here. It has come. Selah. So it is. Lord Melchizedek and the High Council of Melchizedek, from JudithKusel.com, and from Divine Sister of the Light, Ramona Lappin. Powerful threefold founder flame, Trinity Christ codes and solar activations flowing in, bringing much balance of love, power, and wisdom to the chaotic energies, which keep building with the solar eclipse. Tomorrow, liberation is here. Feel it. Be the frequency. Hold the vision. Organic ascension realities are firmly anchored and coming online. Powerful ongoing Schumann resonance spikes are happening after days of intermittent increases. We also had a moderate M-class solar flare around 7 a.m. UTC, as well as several C-class flares and KP4 for several hours, with a current index of KP2 with geomagnetic storms expected, as well as solar wind storms, all supporting the full and final collapse of the artificial matrix and manipulated false timelines, which has vastly accelerated this week. Not that we do time here, because we have gone fully quantum and now fully flow with the 0-point field of no time, transcending all remaining 3D illusions. The past few weeks have been super powerful and have brought us to the edges of our patience, compassion, and understanding of the human condition and what all of this is so truly about. The new cosmic consciousness is being birthed through us, and our own transformation from a carbon-based life form and planet to one based in crystalline consciousness is in full force. Much is unraveling as the truth that is everlasting and cannot be questioned arises fully from within everyone. When something is not right, we all know it, even if some still refuse to see the truth, as it's just too painful and confusing, as things have been in reverse here. The old false programming is falling apart along with the artificial matrix. We continue doing the best we can by going deeper and deeper within to resolve it all and collapse the fallen timelines once and for all held within our consciousness DNA. Our own transformation and embodiment and being the change we wish to see are the key to it all. Boundaries and discernment are some of our biggest lessons. If we want to have new experiences, we need to change our thinking, reactions, and behaviors, or we will keep experiencing Groundhog Day. There's just no way around it, and this is what is happening within all. Resistance is indeed futile, and we can't run away from any of it. All that is false is dissolving. All that doesn't make sense falls apart at the seams. No one can hide from the truth any longer. It just creates more unnecessary suffering. This is also connected to the powerful DNA, double diamond, solar rainbow, aurora plasma light body, and crystalline activations taking place within us, the planet, and all life. We are birthing a whole new reality, consciousness, and way of being. All false realities are dissolving now to reveal the new organic ascension reality. And a new collective consciousness also equates to new realities. That's how we change it all from within. All we need to know and are here to retrieve lies there right in front of us, ready to fully ignite, for us to fully remember our true history, origins, and identities any moment now. All through us letting go of all that is false and keep aligning with the highest pure essence of our true, unique crystal avatar self, in full alignment with God's source consciousness, at one with the cosmic mind. As it is this consciousness that creates heavenly realities, it's as simple as that. We have been amplifying and focusing these powerful activations and plasma waves streaming in through a series of diamond white flame activations I am facilitating every day until the 5-5 gateway. This is a super powerful field we have created and is assisting us in accelerating, amplifying, and directing ours and the planetary activations flowing in, our power and strength, supporting these intense purifications and upgrades taking place, which are leading us to our full and final liberation. Super powerful energies are increasing also with the solar eclipse tomorrow. It certainly feels like anything is possible. It can happen at any moment now. So expect the unexpected. Thank you all for holding the vision and frequency of a new organic ascension earth and realities. Always, now. Eternal love and blessings, Ramona. And from Divine Brothor of the Light, Sean Caulfield. New cosmic memory. 1 Vulture, Keeb. Day 114 of the 9th wave, 29th of April 2022. Forgive. Clear away the old, work towards inner peace, expand and ascend. For 13 days, utilize the energy of Keeb to release old patterns which no longer serve in order to make way for new ideas and opportunities to emerge. Something has to be surrendered now in order for transformation to take place. Mayan magics. Some aspects that still serve the greater good will be kept, but a lot will be processed and be collapsed because of the poison it holds onto. We will experience this process as ascension symptoms. Ascension symptoms are the pureness of the new, arriving memory of cosmic source transmuting your spiritual inner poisons. It can be understood like this. A mysterious universal source energy is evolving the collective self-aware mind on Earth. It is working in full truth to itself through you. It has your best interest at heart, calling to the lost aspects of your soul that need to be retrieved and brought into right relation with the memory of the universe within. In order for this to happen, the energies are processing and cleaning your memory of any illness, which are thus healed and reprogrammed with new memory that gives support to transcend what once held us back. The new memory is an acceleration of evolution, taking us over the horizon. It teaches that everything is connected like a spider's web, and that all life is sacred. The new memory transmutes the poisonous duality the mind has been conditioned by to transcend you with the unified intentions of the heart. It is important to understand, as much as we are processed by the new arriving memory, we must process ourselves by it. This is our inner work. As we do this, we learn to align to the new memory of cosmic source, and we master our life. By this we may consciously trust to choose what our inner truth is saying. In the time of the processing, we are affected in a certain way. Until we complete the process and make any adversity our ally, we are experiencing the impact of the Ascension symptoms. As we surrender our mind to our heart's inner truth, we feel our ascension as a magical, high-vibrational light of divine joy and pure love, and your life brings to you new growth and the new memory of inner peace and happiness. Yesterday began day 114, an 18-day cycle of light and peaking energy on the 9th wave calendar. The 9th wave calendar is inspired by the 9-level Mayan calendar, Pyramid of Time. In gratitude, Sean from the universalfrequency.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Sandra Walter. Blessings, beloveds. Have you noticed the pull of the Eclipse Gateway? We are moving into a unique bandwidth of frequencies which peak May 13th through the 19th. The partial solar eclipse is this Saturday, April 30th. This passage is aimed at rapid expansion into a new experience and form. For many, a door will close on the old way of creating. Becoming the presence changes everything. When we hold the vibration of Source in the heart and crystalline structures, we serve as conduits. This accelerates what Gaia is able to receive and transmit. The more conduits capable of holding a much higher vibration, the greater the acceleration. These frequencies read our divine DNA like a quantum archive. The light seeks a resonance match, a pure conduit to amplify the new. Cosmic wisdom knows what your highest trajectory is and how you get there. Revelation requires surrender, conscious alignment, contemplation, meditation, and release of old patterns. For many, the dismantling intensifies to accommodate the much higher frequency plasma of these gateways. Weep, move, and release to make room for more light. These frequencies clear old mental and emotional constructs, focus on balance and stability within, to assist with balance and stability without. Unplugged from narratives which dim your light, they interfere with heart coherence, which affects your DNA's ability to do something new, which affects your reality. This is a perfect moment to cleanse, clear, detoxify, and be in prime condition to receive and facilitate these waves of cosmic plasma. Everyone allowing this new level of heart expansion is experiencing deep releases. This is paired with heightened compassion, gratitude, self-revelation, and I am presence perspective, brand new frequencies since March 13th. Crystalline plasma is purging physical and non-physical layers of self. Brains are in transformation. The mind often feels blank, sending everyone infinite Christ love light for true transformation with ease and grace. In love, light, and service, Sandra from SandraWalter.com. And from Divine Brothor of the Light, Pars Kute. We are now at the very crossroad of wonderful and fantastic changes that we and all the realms of heaven have awaited for so long. There are millions of starships surrounding our planet at this time, some here to help us, and some here to observe the glorious graduation of our Mother Earth to a higher dimension. Creation has decreed Earth shall not be destroyed by nuclear wars such as Mars. Yes, things have changed and nuclear war will no longer be allowed. Remember, all who have returned to Earth this last life stream are masters, who have come back to help bring Mother Earth into her rightful birthing to a higher dimension. Some have awakened to this, but others are still unaware and asleep. However, there are enough awakened souls who have petitioned for peace on Earth, for the restoration of Earth and her graduation to a higher dimension. The battle for the dark side takeover is over. The forces of light have won. Creator God's source always wins. Plans have changed at times because of free will, but now that we are under galactic law, we know that all is in place and ready to burst forth in glory. Mother Earth gave the green light for the coming home of the Lightworkers, and she is keeping that promise. What can we, Lightworkers, do to help? We must keep balanced, centered, focused, and calm, and ask that our frequencies be raised to 169,443 to be beamed safely aboard. Also, we must continue to pray for all souls, clones, and send them all much love and light. This will benefit them greatly. All are precious to the lighted realms. We shall be coming home at any time. Be ready. With divine love of one, Pars Kute. And from divine Sistar of the Light, Carolyn, 144 God Code. Your diligence is helping you find the way forward and make any necessary realignments. Life's obstacles are ending, opening up the next step. This is the path of least resistance you are now on to begin your new life cycle. You have been healing your mother line down to the original human blueprint so we may re-enter the Garden of Eden and receive our homecoming. This ends the Adam and Eve timeline of separation. Recapitulation and reconciliation are reuniting soulmate unions and holy grail counterparts in the unified field of oneness. To give birth to this new reality, close your eyes and open your intuition to receive the breakthroughs. This will show you where your true empowerment comes from. Knowledge and self-awareness is key. You will figure out exactly what to do to take your feminine power back and restore your confidence. Making healthier choices and choosing what is best for you through self-love will override the snake that deceived Eve. You are finishing this for her, yourself, and humanity. We are victorious in completing this mission to be raptured back home to our Creator. Keep following your heart, beloved. In Jesus Christus' name, Amen. God bless you, Carolyn Kundalini Twin Flames. And from the Goddess Circle, Pluto Retrograde, April 29th through October 8th. Pluto is in retrograde in Capricorn from April 29th to October 8th. This energy can cause major upheaval and change in our world. We are feeling where we have been held back, and we are ready to face the shadows in order to move things ahead. Pluto, Lord of the Underworld, loves to show us the shadows, and when we face them, we are able to transform them and integrate their wisdom. There can be a lot rising to the surface during this energy, but what is being shown needs to be seen. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn can cause a great deal of change and transformation to occur, which can influence our relationships, work, or projects. We are being asked to let go during this time, release what is no longer serving our highest good, pay attention to what recurring patterns or situations keep coming up. This is the time to deal with them and get rid of what is dragging us down. From thegoddesscircle.net. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Debbie Edwards. Opening of the portal of the Black Gate. Bathing in the energies of the solar eclipse, new moon in Taurus, Sun, Moon, Uranus and Taurus conjunction, and Jupiter, Neptune, Venus and Pisces conjunction, April 30th, 2022. Brace for impact. There is no tiptoeing around what to expect this coming Saturday, April 30th, 2022. We need to meet these energies head on and lean forward into the strong winds coming in order to stay upright. This celestial event will target our money, career, home, relationships, and deep-rooted dreams of the future. Are you ready for it? Are you prepared? Think of this event like a hurricane with a lot of rainbows appearing after the storm. In the tarot, it could be equated to the combination of the Tower card, Hierophant card, Moon card, and High Priestess card. Expect sudden surprises, grand gestures by the universe, secrets to be unveiled, truths from our higher self transmitting through the ethers, and massive revelations that change everything in our personal lives. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so that is why I've included the Venus conjunction in this article. All of these celestial alignments are going to be influential together and will set us on a new course going forward. The solar eclipse new moon in Taurus is known as a black moon and pulls at our subconscious awareness. Deep into the caverns of our inner selves we go. Deep into the constructs of our soul contracts, life purpose, and material persona we swim. We are tasked to bring out what lies within and bridge a gap between the unknown and known. We can expect major revelations through meditation, dream time, and psychic visions. The intensity of these revelations will be influenced by how disciplined we've been with reaching into the astral plane for answers. Have we spent enough time communicating with our guides in spirit to recognize their important message this weekend? We need to carve out time to hear them and be receptive to what's being transmitted. New moons are receptive in nature and connect us with the sacred feminine archetype. She is a yin energy and nurtures new life. This weekend we get to decide what kind of new cycles we plan to start. This is the beginning of an important gestation period, and this is when we sow the seeds of new ventures. We mustn't become impatient, though. We don't get to eat the fruits of our labor the same day we plant the seeds. We need to give it time to grow, and Taurus energies will help us plan for the long haul. On a personal level, we can expect to go through sudden disconnects in order to make ourselves receptive to new connections. We could see some couples suddenly call it quits and then meet someone new shortly after. We could see tension and strained connections suddenly give way, and people either calling a truce or just letting go and moving on. The energy is very favorable towards resolution and finding ways to reconcile differences. We may find new solutions, pathways to clear communication, and walking in truth this weekend. We get to start over, even if we never expected to have a shot at it. This could also be a time in which old family feuds are resolved, long bitter grievances are healed, and new perspectives are revealed. This is the breakthrough we've needed. We need to pay attention to these energies of endings and beginnings, because on April 29th, the day before the eclipse and new moon, Pluto, the planet of transformation, death and rebirth, and organized chaos, will station retrograde in the sign of Capricorn until October 8th, 2022. This pulls at our inner shadows, shadow work, and destructive traits. This will be influential during this weekend as well, especially in regards to our perceptions of value, work, career, money, and self-worth. Some things will be reduced to ashes so new life can grow. We have to keep in mind, though, that we have this intense Sun, Moon, Uranus, and Taurus conjunction, and Uranus has a lot to say about our new beginnings. Uranus takes 84 years to make its way through a single zodiac cycle, and Uranus will be in the sign of Taurus until 2025, so it has a longer stretch to go yet. This conjunction liberates us from old-school dogmatic beliefs that have stifled our growth. We get to break free from limiting perspectives, constricting paradigms within our relationships, jobs, spiritual foundations, and creative pursuits. Being in the sign of Taurus works in our favor because this helps us slow down enough to process change, while at the same time building something solid going forward. This current conjunction coming up is the new builder energy. In order to build new, however, we must tear down the old to make room. This is why I'm referring to this energy as a hurricane. All old structures we've built in our lives will be tested, torn down if need be, so we can clear a path to rebuild better and new. We may suddenly be facing job loss, with new offers coming in right after, or a sudden career shift, change in salary, or opportunity to open a new business. We may also be making a sudden choice to sell our home and buy new or move to a new town or state for better opportunities. In relationships, we may discover a need to break free and go our separate way, or reconcile and start over with our current partner. For singles, expect to be notified by potential lovers. Love is most definitely in the air for this cosmic event. With the Venus, Neptune, Jupiter, and Pisces conjunction mixed with these Taurus vibes, people are going to be seeking out love, friendship, companionship, and new connections that are better suited for a growing awareness on a subconscious soul level. People seeking each other are more likely to connect or reunite at this time. Instinctually, a bit of gravity and magnetism will be felt on a deeper level. The universe is asking us to clear a path and make room for it. Some of us, however, might just be buried in work because Taurus pushes us to think deeply about our career and financial world. Balancing both work and play will be essential. Keep in mind that what we seek is also seeking us. And if we truly are ready to find our forever person, our vibe tribe, they too have to rise to the occasion and be ready for the transformation. Sometimes delays happen because of how many moving parts are in motion to make an important connection happen. Free will plays a role too, and sometimes people let themselves drown in fear instead of taking a risk into the unknown. This is why it's important we help each other get through the mires and mud. Compassion, empathy, tenderness, kindness, and encouragement are essential during this time. Dreamy Pisces energies will have our heads up in the clouds a bit too, and this can be a good thing because it keeps us optimistic if we feel pressured or restricted by day-to-day happenings. Even if we get bad news, have challenging things happen to us, or just aren't happy with the way things are. Pisces reminds us that we are master creators of our own world, and that we get to manifest whatever we desire. This can be tricky to navigate though, so it's important we don't get lost in fantasy or idealistic pursuits that would be nearly impossible to attain without proper planning and steady pacing. Taurus is the practical one, while Pisces is the lofty one, and together they make a great team that balances out. Get ready for our dreams to anchor into solid ground. This is the planning stage of making it all happen, so dream big and organize it all into a sensible blueprint. From MetaVisionaries.com and from Divine Sistar of the Light, Natalia Alba. Beloved ones, tomorrow we end this powerful month with a second new moon and solar eclipse at 10 degrees Taurus. An eclipse that comes to remind us of the importance that being grounded and nurturing our bodies has for our evolutionary journey. The power of Taurus precisely resides in the strength that we all have for personal transformation. If we connect with Mother Earth while we dwell as physical beings, where we most can grow and evolve. Guides emphasize the importance of working with our physical bodies at this time, as they too are suffering from the massive integration that we are passing through. During this eclipse, guides invite us to call upon the blue flame for physical support, for there are many beginning to awaken, others stepping into new initiation phases within their ascension path. And no matter where we are, we all need to continue the inner work with our light body, which is having many activations at this time. This flame will help us ease this process by helping us to work with cellular cleansing, DNA activation, and reconnection. The crystal that also resonates with the previous tool, helping us anchor it through this crystal, and that guides invite us to work with as well for third eye opening, is lapis lazuli. Although, as I always say, this is a universal one provided for all who resonate with it, as we are all unique and we all will have a unique crystal that most resonates with us and our personal frequency. The geometry pattern to help us align with our soul desires and bring into fruition at this time of manifestation our visions is the icosahedron, a figure that will help us reconnect with our feminine essence, and hence the intuitive aspect of us, and anchor new beginnings, as it will inform our mind that it is time to let go, reset, and anchor what is being descended from the non-physical aspect of us. From an astrological perspective, we have many planets in Pisces during April, a stellium that helped us to dive deep into the depths of our soul, retrieving guidance, clarity, and more information about our soul's unique mission. However, as a balance is key, and we need to anchor all the previous into our earthly plane, we now have Pallas, the Sun and Moon in Taurus, setting the perfect equilibrium for us to work on both levels, the ethereal and the earthly one. It is not until we are fully grounded and cleared that we can secure all we have previously envisioned in the non-physical. As always, the harmony, the dance between the feminine and masculine, is what keeps us in balance, or out of it. It is in us to do our inner work so we can transcend more limitations, old programs, and egoic false beliefs, to open ourselves to a whole new world of possibilities and co-creation. This is an eclipse for us to initiate the proper actions towards the creation of that which is going to make our physical life experience more abundant, loving, and peaceful. The allies to help us in this personal task of expansion are Mars and Uranus, as the eclipse sextiles Mars, which is also sextile Uranus and conjunct Uranus. Mars is the aspect of us that represents courage, vitality, strength, and confidence, while Uranus represents change, transformation, and the metamorphosis that comes when we inwardly are ready to shift our entire reality. Both frequencies are what we need to bring a positive change into ourselves and our lives. Both are benevolent energies giving us the push we may need to go after what we desire, reclaim our sovereignty, and manifest that which is going to be more aligned with who we are becoming. In a month where all our planetary forces are assisting us to create more harmony at all levels, we too have Venusian energies very involved at the eclipse time. During the eclipse, Venus will conjunct Jupiter, expanding its loving feminine energies, and sextile Pluto, as nothing can truly shift without having the power to do so. Alignments that once more show what is already taking place within ourselves, in the micro, and that come to help us all in this eternal path of personal evolution. We are all heading into a new harmonic sphere of creation. The planets, like us with another form, are also experiencing their own evolutionary journey. We all together are entering into a new octave, a more loving and compassionate one that begins by holding, at all times, the same frequency within ourselves, as this is how we create the outer reality. A frequency that cannot be lower or diminished in any way or form for as long as this transition lasts, as when we do so, we allow other non-benevolent forces to take our precious energy, dismantling all we have previously achieved. Our mission as loving emissaries is to remain always in the illumined essence of who we are, and that is only love, wisdom, and power. When we recognize these main God's attributes within ourselves, live accordingly, and try to make our best to be of assistance, we contribute to the creation and anchoring of this new harmonic timeline. Many believe this is not real, for many are still dwelling in their own opposite frequency, and therefore cannot see other than what they have created for themselves. Do not let anything distract you from your original mission of seeding more love, peace, compassion, and harmony. Stand firm in who you are, and remember that every time you choose love over fear, you are contributing to the planetary emancipation that is taking place. I wish you a loving passage, beloved ones. With infinite love, Natalia Alba, StarseedSoul.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Adrian Elise, Gaia Daily, April 29th through May 2nd, Vibes. The North Node in Uranus and Taurus is amplifying the energy of this eclipse. When you are living in connection, there is an organic awakening of gratitude and appreciation for the gifts of this life and world. Taurus rules our values, our wealth, and our worth. There is a beautiful spiritual energy available if we can relax, let go, and allow ourselves to move into it. This Taurus activation is about revealing the spiritual wealth of a human soul fully incarnate in a body and aware of itself as consciousness. This new moon eclipse happens in a sextile relationship to Mars and Pisces, inviting our physical and other bodies to come online with this glorious spiritual vibration. The connection between Pisces and Taurus is about embodying spiritual energy and transforming form. Venus in Pisces is close to Neptune and Jupiter, reenacting the mystical, magical conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune that we have felt over this last month. Venus is in an exact conjunction to Jupiter this weekend, expanding us into love and spirit realms. With all of these planets in Pisces for this eclipse, we are being pulled beyond the veil. Our desire to come back home to a more spiritual life is in full throttle. Venus and Jupiter are making sextile with Pluto in Capricorn, bringing the energy of creative solutions around power structures. We are all releasing where we had to play along with this reptilian programming. Wow, wouldn't it feel so good to be able to trust those around us and that they have our best interest at heart? Can we just love each other and feel safe again to play in the garden? It's becoming easier and easier to see into people's true intentions. We will feel Jupiter in the sextile with Pluto for the next few weeks, expanding spiritual connections and possibilities, loosens the hold of control energies on our evolution. We are claiming back our own authority and autonomy through love. There is a spiritual wave of energy so beautiful and expansive about to hit this earth and spread far and wide, with a power greater than any play of evil could begin to imagine. It's the great cleansing. For us supernovas, it's time to ride the wave and allow ourselves to float in the beautiful energies and reset our body and life. Catch the wave of love and let it anchor in your heart where it's always been, where it belongs, and live life from that place. Let it burn away all the reptilian programming that has long been infecting humanity. We had to take it on, we all did, in order to survive. But now it's time to disavow from this energy. It's time to run from this momentum for evolution and claim the peaceful high vibration energy that we ultimately came here to be, bring, and experience. From AdrianAlyce.com. And from Harmonic Convergence 2020 through 2028, Planetary Moon, Planetary Alignment. The amazing planetary alignment between Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn is still serving as backdrop to the entrance to the first eclipse window of 2022 that will start with the partial solar eclipse on April 30th, 2022 and conclude with the total lunar eclipse on May 15, 2022. On the galactic count of 260 days, this eclipse window is also aligning with the entrance to the 13th and final cycle of 20 days of the 49th Tzolk'in cycle since the new dispensation of time. Fractal redemption in time. On the Tzolk'in count today marks day 7 of this 13-day cycle of the Eagle and corresponds to Keen 241-7 Dragon, holding also the entrance of the 13th and final 20-day cycle of the Tzolk'in matrix, comprised from Keen 241 to Keen 260. Entering the 13th harmonic run. Number 13 holds the 7th position on the Fibonacci spiral. The number 7 represents creation, 7 colors of the rainbow, 7 musical notes. The 7th day holds always the central axis at the heart center of each 13-day cycle. The dragon holds then the heart of the eagle between both wings. The dragon represents the primal essence of life, birth, and being, and the eagle represents the highest vision of mind, inviting us to both center and elevate our perspective. This is then a time node intersection of multidimensional significance. The power of 7 generations. This means that in 20 days we will be closing a perfect matrix of 49, 7 times 7 Tzolk'in cycles. From the fractal time perspective, this is therefore a special threshold, considering that number 7 represents creation. As a measure of the human gestation period, 260 days, the 1320 Tzolk'in matrix represents the holographic time container for life itself. 49 Tzolk'in cycles, matrix of creation. In Buddhist tradition, 49 days, 7 times 7, corresponds to the Bardo cycle, and in Christian Jewish tradition, the celebration of Pentecost refers to the divine descent of the Holy Spirit on the 50th day, 49 plus 1, after Christ's resurrection, Hence, after crossing the bardo, from this fractal perspective, we are crossing the bardo before the planetary resurrection. Fractal rebirth. On the fractal count of the 13 Baktun map of recorded history, Keen 1 codes the first generation of the 260 generations nested within the 260 Katuns comprised between 3113 BC and 2021 AD. Since time is fractal, Keen 1 also codes the first generation Katun 2012 through 2032 of the 7 Baktun cycles of the noosphere 2012 through 4772. This, therefore, is a time of endings and new beginnings, a time to meditate, reflect, and contemplate our intentions for this new galactic cycle. The 260-day sacred count measures the cycle of human gestation and serves therefore as a holographic container for all human life. What kind of world do we want to create for our children and the next 7 generations? And today from 13 Moon Peace Time, Keen 241, Red Resonant Dragon. Dragon, one of the 4 dignities which represent various aspects of the Bodhisattva. The 4 dignities are mythical animals which represent various aspects of the Bodhisattva attitude, like strength, protection, and cheerfulness. The dragon in the sky with the sound of compassion that awakens us from delusion and increases what we can know through hearing. Dragons have the power of complete communication. Just as we do not see sound, we do not see dragons, at least not usually. Displaying a dragon banner is said to protect one from slander and enhances one's reputation. Association's main quality is power, dominance over the sea and the water element. Dragons have been a part of culture for at least 7,000 years. Dragons have long symbolized power, creativity, heaven, and good fortune. They are thought to have authority over bodies of water, rain, floods, and storms. In time, Buddhist artists adopted the dragon as a symbol of enlightenment. Today's dragons decorate roofs and gates of temples, both as guardians and to symbolize the dragon's power of clarity. Buddhist dragons often are depicted holding a mani jewel, which represents the Buddha's teaching. From viewsonbuddhism.org. Cosmic History quote for Moon 10, Day 26. Everything that appears is a passing, ephemeral manifestation, and yet it represents some deeper construct or value of another dimension. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 241, Red Resonant Dragon. Resonant is the name for the number 7, and its keywords are attune, inspire, and channel. The 7th day is all about adjusting your frequency, tuning yourself in so you may receive wisdom from the universe. We are now right bang in the middle of the wave spell, so a good time to ponder what you've experienced thus far, and attune so you may understand what steps to take next. It is also a portal day, and so expect a little intensity. Today is Red Dragon, the day that represents rebirth and nurturing. Combine the day and the number, and the result is attune, rebirth, or channel nurturing. So to summarize, today is about listening to your intuition in order to find out how best to move forward with a new life, a new beginning. Also consider, have you been taking care of yourself? Do you need nurturing? Look after yourself and you may feel well enough to find the strength to move forward in your life. The dragon represents new beginnings and birth because the dragon is an ancient symbol for the earth. When a volcano erupted, it was believed that the fire was the dragon's breath and that the dragon lived deep inside the mountain. Dragon days can make us feel like hiding in our cave, but no worries. This is a great way to replenish your energy and is never time wasted. And today from Divine Sistar of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Red Resonant Dragon, 7, Emish, Keen 241, 29th of April 2022, Attuning to Nurturance. 29/4/2022 equal 11/4/6 equal 2/4/6 equal 2/10 equal 2/1 equal 3. Day codes 29 Trials, Uncertainties, Spiritual Strength. 11 Portal, Gate, Duality, Illumination. 2 Twins, Polarity, Cooperation, Partner. 3 Holy Trinity, Joy, Creativity. Month year codes 4 Form, Structure, Foundation, Earth, Angelic. 6. Heaven, Christ, family, romance, fertility. 10. Manifestation, power, authority. 1. New beginnings, original, unique, leader. 20. The awakening, clear vision. 22. Architect of peace, master builder. Keen 241 equals 7. Magic, spirituality, mystic, solitude. A much softer, more feminine code today, focused on birthing a new world, built on love and nurturance. Today we have arrived at the top of the last and final column in the sacred Zolkeen calendar. Keen 241 starts the rollout of the 20 tribes atop column number 13, the final descent. 13, of course, is the great mystical number of the cosmos. It holds the frequencies of cosmic consciousness, the goddess energies, natural lore, and the 13 moon calendar. So we are activating the 1320 code for natural time for the next 20 days until we reach completion on the 18th of May 2022 at Keen 260 Yellow Cosmic Sun, as we complete another galactic spin on our evolutionary ascension journey. Day 7 in the Blue Eagle wave spell, where we are being asked to fly high and focus on the big picture, the divine plan for humanity, so that we can create it, envisioning the highest timeline for ourselves and our planet as our visionary powers and third eye are awakened and activated. It is time for a mass awakening of humanity. Today the eagle is inspiring our being by revealing that we have all the power of creation at our disposal once we attune and channel this power through our compassionate, loving hearts. Tone of creation, resonant tone 7 in the emotional realm. Action inspires, power channels, essence attunement. Day 7 of the Blue Eagle wave spell is the one that helps us to become centered, going within, in order to listen and channel wisdom. We are invited to take stock and realign ourselves by attuning to divine love. When we take care of ourselves on all levels, we feel centered and strong to take off into a new flight. Our first priority is to sufficiently love and nurture ourselves in order to have a strong reservoir of energy upon which to draw upon without feeling depleted. Is your chalice full? Allow all the pain and suffering to be dissolved in a puff of smoke. Magically the illusion clears, and now your life becomes one of joy, merriment, and pure divine bliss. Reconnect with your God self through the purity and innocence of your divine child. A great day to hug yourself, another human, animal, or tree. Group hugs all around. Today's question is, how can I attune to the power of unconditional love, channeling divine nurturance to inspire my brothers and sisters and birthing a new, more compassionate world. Divine love and blessings for a beautiful day of divine nurturance. In la ketch a la keen. Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 241, Red Resonant Dragon. The mantra, the code for today is, I channel in order to nurture. Inspiring being, I seal the input of birth with a resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of space. And on this powerful day of activations, transformations, and manifestations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to take the time now to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations we're able to continue this work. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Angel of the Light Nova for your pledge and support on Patreon, and welcome to the tribe of the Eagle and the Condor. If you'd like to help support us and help us continue bringing these daily transmissions to the world for free, you can make a monthly pledge to our Patreon page at whitegoldeagle.com, or if you'd like to support us with a one-time donation, you can do so to our PayPal link at eaglelovecondor.com. Now I'd like to take the time also to thank everyone for supporting my Sacred Condor's artwork. You can purchase her beautiful handmade goddess totems, zodiac goddesses, healing jewelry, and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com. She has a Mother's Day sale also with 25% off all of her beautiful artwork, so be sure to take advantage of that, and that is until May 8th. Now we're going to complete today's transmission with powerful code from our Divine Sister of the Light, Sandra Walter. Partial solar eclipse Saturday, April 30th at 1:41 p.m. PDT. Closure and completion. Make a list of what no longer serves. Have ceremony to release it. Take action. Release at least one thing in the physical you do not need. Then move on. Meditate on freedom for all willing hearts on Eclipse Day because of Ascension. Now for the eclipse decree. I call forth the power of resolution to all outdated creations, patterns, or habits in my life stream in this now. I transmute any misqualified energies, thought forms, emotions, or actions I have ever created from first separation until now in the infinite love light of Source. I am complete. I welcome the new. From AscensionPath.com. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most beautiful, powerful, and blessed new moon in Taurus and solar eclipse tomorrow on April 30th, this Saturday. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace and love in every step, and keep shining your light brightly into the night. Be sure to make this day and all days the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.